Peace and blessings, everybody. V, thank you for coming through, brother V. We got to do some catching up. Okay, so I'm about to hit you up soon because we got to do some catching up, bro. I got some things I want to go through with you. And Queen Josephine, thank you for coming through, Queen. I miss you so much. I'm happy to see you, Queen. Peace and blessings to everybody that's coming through, y'all. Let me tell you, it's been some stuff going on in this saga. Have y'all been catching everything? Raw, what's up, Queen? I know you can't. It's okay if you can't stay long. It's okay, Queen. We definitely gonna do some catching up, sis. Hit me up. Hit me up. Okay. It's been so much going on in the saga, and I know everybody has been catching it. Ayana has come out and she gave her story. Oh my goodness. I just look, I have so many things on my mind. And sometimes I like to sit back and kind of analyze what I'm seeing, what I'm receiving. But oh my goodness, y'all, it's been so much going on. Critical, thank you for coming through, Queen. Thank you so much for coming through. Peace and blessings, y'all. I'm trying to stick to my word. I know I was a little late today, trying to get back into the motion. Cancer 66 in the building. Thank you for coming through, Queen. I appreciate you so much. Y'all, I've been trying to keep my word on coming back to my channel and doing my thing. And yes, it has been a lot going on. Yes, just hit me up when you can, sis, because I'm available whenever. As soon as I see your number hitting my line, sis, you already know I'm in the building for you. Terry, what's up, King? What's up? I know y'all been seeing what's been going on, okay? And I try my best not to go too much into the saga per se, but I just got a little bit of perspective, okay? And not only that, y'all, did you catch Kevin's live? Did you catch Kevin's live? It was amazing. His breakdown, just letting people know you need to stay focused on the topic at hand. You know what I'm saying? Don't get distracted by the personal feelings and impressions and things like that, because the topic was more so about a toxic divorce, right? What did it have to do with this and that and beyond? And then they could say those have valid points, but it wasn't a part of the point. Now, was it? He gave an awesome breakdown, y'all. He gave an awesome breakdown. But y'all, did you catch 2K Live? Shout out to Sweet Moss. She did a breakdown with Ayana's video. Did you catch 2K's live, y'all? Oh my goodness. When I tell you, I was listening to Ayana's story and it was baffling. It was, oh my, I couldn't believe all of these things, took place. Okay. I know we're gonna do our breakdown today with the part 2 of the video and everything, but y'all, let me vent for a second, okay? Because everybody got a little vent in them. Oh, Queen Tiff in the building! Shout out to the Queen Tiff in the building, baby. How you doing, mama? How you doing? Yes, I'm trying to come back, Tiff. I am. And I've been trying to be more consistent. This is my second video this week. I'm trying to be more consistent and coming back. I done started working in the office again and still doing full-time student and everything in that case. But I'm definitely coming back. I'm gonna try to be a little litty for y'all, you know what I'm saying? And give everybody some type of energetic vibe so they can be interested in what I'm saying, get my perspective and everything like that. And it's much love to everybody. Much love to everybody. It's all wisdom, love, and light over here. And I was listening to Ayana's story when she was giving her side of the story. And I noticed some things because in my previous video, breaking down the interview that Tasha K did with Kevin and Jamie and Lacey, certain things were stated as being a problem as far as Robert, but I noticed that in Ayana's video, some of the same things were happening to her, and they were just friends. So, yes, we got the whole family in the building. Shout out to Open Book, Queen Lolo, Shell. Shout out to those ladies. Even if they not here, I got much love for those ladies, and all three of them have platforms, y'all. If I need to, you already know, I'll put the link in my community wall. If you're not following, follow, okay? Follow these beautiful souls, these beautiful queens, these beautiful kings that come and support your girl, because I already know they vibrate on my vibration level, and that's why we in the midst of each other always. Especially Tiff, you already know, Queen. You already know what's already understood ain't got to be explained, love. Shout out to all of y'all, especially with coming back and supporting me and seeing me when I come back, because I have been seeming like I've been missing in action. And truth be told, I've been trying my best to get back into the world with YouTube and get back to supporting my people. And I haven't 100% perfected the craft quite yet, y'all, because I have to get my schedule right together. Working and school and children, it does take a toll. And I have made it to quite a few of discussions with my particular little crew of content creators, but I definitely need to come back out and reach out to the rest of you guys that I haven't been supporting lately. And Tiff, you've been one of them. So sis, I'm coming through. I got you on my mind. Raw, you already know I be watching your videos when you be jamming and stuff like that. But I don't have to type in, because I usually do it when I'm riding and stuff like that, because I know you playing the music. Sis, you already know I'm there with you every time. And plenty of likes and shares, y'all. But I do the like button. They can't tell you who liked it, but I'm liking all the content, even though y'all don't see me type. Okay, but I'm definitely gonna start to type and make my presence known again, because you guys definitely, y'all have my back, and I got to squeeze in some time to make sure that I do the same for y'all. Shout out to every last one of y'all. Like Ayana was saying, y'all, go give her a membership. Oh yeah. Oh, who got memberships? Who got memberships, y'all? No, but Ayana was saying, y'all, how Brianna stated to her that basically she made Ayana, and was talking about how the things that she did for Ayana. But it's so crazy to me, because y'all, in my last breakdown, and this has been a thing that they've been stating about Robert for the longest, saying that he would mention things, and it made Brianna feel some type of way. It made Brianna hurt. So what is the explanation now when it comes to Brianna and Ayana? Do we have that same grace for Brianna? I mean, not grace, but do we hold her to the same accountability that we hold Robert? The way that, Robert mentioned things to her, do we hold it accountable for her doing that to Ayana? A lot of people got to understand, it doesn't just go one way, it goes all ways, right? Y'all, oh my goodness, to tell somebody that you made them. Here's the thing that I want to say about friendship, okay? If you are doing something for someone only so that you can be able to hold it over their heads or hold it against them when y'all have a moment of disagreement, did you do it to be genuine? Open book. Shout out to you, Queen. Yes, we ring. Ding, ding, ding. Where's the Queen? Open book in the building, y'all. Shout out to this lovely Queen. If y'all have not purchased her book, please go purchase her book, okay? If I have to put that back on my community wall, I will, for everyone to know. So if you haven't gotten it, you got time. I'm telling you, it's there. Y'all, do we hold her accountable? Because, one thing about an abuser has repeated cycles, okay? They do the same thing over and over and over, right? Now, remember, all of the being made fun of, where Brianna would make fun of Robert about his looks and little Bill, and talk about his teeth and him being skinny, and or him being big. And then she turned around and she tried to criticize Ayanna about her looks and make her feel bad. Now, this is all based upon Ayanna's perspective, so I don't need nobody to catch no feelings on me, okay? But I'm just saying, when we come to these perspectives, can we analyze and see things and say, you know what? It's so crazy that we bashed one person and allowed someone to mistreat them based upon their accusations that they made about this person, but then they turned around and became abusive to the very people that were supporting them, that cared about them, that even came on the platform and defended them. And another thing, Ayana admitted today that she was being told what to say. Did y'all hear that? Raw, you said you had to come over, you had to go over there and get her. Shout out to you, Queen. Shout out. Shout out to everybody. Shout out for the love and open book coming through, baby. Yes. But it just makes me wonder, and then being a friend, why is it that we feel like it's okay to have these moments to knock each other down? How much of a friend are you if you only feel good around me when you're knocking me down? What cancer say? I've always told my kids and grandkids that if they do something nice for somebody just to get something back from them, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. Exactly. Friends are supposed to be there to give you an encouraging word or support you in a time of need. But in those moments when you have a disagreement and they say, I did this for you and da 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 da, as if it wouldn't have happened for you without them, that's wrong. And here's the thing that you got to understand. What is meant for me is mine. Can't nobody give it to me and can't nobody take it away. You don't get no credit for my platform. You don't get no credit for the blessings that happen in my life. Now, what you can get credit for is being a testament, being a witness of those things occurring in my life. But you can't get credit as if you did anything for me, as if you gave me your blessing away from yourself, as if you sacrificed from yourself for me. That's selfish and that's inconsiderate, because if it's your blessing, then it was for you to have. If you gave it to me, it won't be kept. It won't be forever. It won't be permanent because it was never mine. Okay? So what's for me is mine. What open book said, that means it wasn't genuine. Most definitely. Critical, don't leave. Critical, do not leave. A lot of people need healing because they have this idea of what friendships and relationships are supposed to be. And then they have people come into their lives and they hold them to this idea in their head, and they don't even know that they're sabotaging the relationship. You're pushing it away because you want somebody to be everything that you feel is okay without the thought process or the consideration of how they may feel about it, or how they may feel about being in their own self. How I respond to things should not affect you unless it's hurtful. You get what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have to be the type of person where I have to let you know my every move or my every thought process in order for you to be okay. That's not fair. Friendship or relationship, that's good faith. Believe that whoever I am choosing to be as far as my character is not to be against you. And I shouldn't have to answer to everything. And not only that is offensive, to make it seem as if I have to answer to everything and show you everything and prove everything to you in order for you to see how genuine I am. That means that you don't consider me as a person. That means that you don't consider my own mindset. That means that you don't trust me. And you know what that makes me feel like? Why should I trust you? That makes me feel like it's you that's been doing the wrong the entire time. It's you that is not being genuine. What was your purpose of your friendship with me or your relationship with me if everything that I do you question? Or in a moment when you feel the opportunity, you want to tell me about how you did something or gave me some type of leverage as if I should be in debt to you. How dare you? Because, if you're not looking for someone to do that to you in return, why do you feel like it's okay for you to do that to someone else? People live in this giant world selfishly. It's controlling. Yes. That goes the way yes. Yes. You have to stop imprisoning yourselves in your own mind, thinking that you can be able to have an idea of what somebody should be like in your life, and people come into your life and you press that impression onto them, and you try to forcefully or gaslight them or manipulate them or control them into being that person. You know what happens to them when you do this? They become frantic in their mind, because now they have to be worried every moment. What are you thinking? How do you feel about this? What should I do about this? Because I don't want to upset you. Look, we grown, okay? First and foremost, we are grown. If I got to hold your hand and cater to your emotions, you don't need no friends. You need to learn how to be a friend of yourself first, okay? And if you feel like you are detrimental to my life and how my status is because of your existence in mine, you should walk away freely. Don't give nobody that kind of debt. Don't have nobody to owe you like that, honey, because they can't repay that. Can't nobody repay that, okay? Huh. Look, I'm on a understanding where us as adults, everybody as adults, we are individuals. I'm an individual in my own life first. You're an individual in your own life first. Us coming around each other, we gonna congratulate each other and have a good time and respect that each other are individuals first. Okay? I don't owe nobody nothing, and don't nobody owe me nothing, okay? And anything I do for anybody, it's from the genuine heart of mine. And anything anybody does for me, it should be from a genuine heart of theirs. And if I owe you because you did for me as a friend, thank you, but no thank you, okay? Thank you, but no thank you. And mind you, Ayana's platform, I don't know if it was a decent size beforehand or whatever the case may be. Her platform grew off of a particular topic, situation, or event. Okay. See, a lot of that can fall off because those people don't know her. But what she can gain is people who will follow and support her because they're trying to get to know her. See, what you think you gave somebody, that's temporary. What they gain and create from wherever they are in life, that's permanent. The credit is all hers, okay? The credit is all mine. Can't nobody give it and can't nobody take it away. Nobody's in control of nobody's life, honey. What you eat in your mouth don't make nobody have bowel movements, okay? Let's just get that understood. And let me break that down for everybody so they can understand the real gutter. Okay, what you eat don't make me shit. Okay, everybody got that? That's what that meant. So I don't owe nobody nothing, especially if the food that go in my stomach didn't make you shit, and the food that go in your stomach didn't make me shit. Okay. But y'all, how is y'all doing? How is y'all doing? It's almost Friday. It is almost time. Yes, critical. People be having to have that reality. Truth in the city. Shout out to you, Queen. Thank you for coming through. Much love to you. Y'all, Truth in the City has a channel as well. Y'all, if y'all want to drop y'all links in the chat, y'all sure can, because I'll probably go on to my community board and try to share some channels too, just in case, to make sure we cover all tracks of everybody supporting everybody, okay? But people just have this false idea in their life where they feel like everything should be revolved around them. And the only moment that they feel like they care about you is when it's still something that can motivate them or something that can help them. Or they try to make it seem as if I don't have the problem. We have the problem together. It's a problem for both of us. No, it's your problem. That's not my problem. It's a you problem. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to put your problems on me. Okay? Especially people that care, because then we'll end up feeling that problem, feeling that thought process because we care, not even realizing that we tripping on our own self because we letting somebody play on our top. Okay, don't play on my top. Let's not. Okay. Y'all, but I really want to get back into the review that I was doing, and I was going to make it an open panel if anybody wanted to come up. But if not, you already know I can run my jabbers, okay? And I can definitely speak my mind and give my perspective and let everybody hear what I got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people have to hear certain perspectives that can give healing to themselves. Don't just listen to what I'm saying as far as the saga. Some things, not everybody, y'all. I know my people, good people. But some people who may hear my discussion, they might be able to take on some of this wisdom for themselves and get some and have that healing, because what I've learned, and I've taken a lot of wisdom from my own experience, from my own journey. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I'm able to, share, just like a lot of people are able to share because of their experience and their journey, And so my intentions are always well when I try to give my perspective, and hopefully everybody can, walk away gaining something, or at the least walk away in agreement and say, I knew I wasn't tripping about that saga. Shoot. I knew I wasn't tripping about that saga, okay, baby? Yes. Y'all, we got to get into it because I'll go ahead and get ready to share the screen. And then what we'll do is I'll drop the link just in case anybody want to grab it, pick it up. But then I'll just continue the video. And that way, if nobody comes up, I'm just speaking my mind and we having a good time, So that's how it'll be, okay? Let me go ahead and drop the link real quick too. So we'll have that ready and inside of the chats, okay? And then we'll get ready to play this video, y'all. But if anybody has anything that they want me to break down, like Kevin's discussion that he did, I know I seen oh, shout out to Average at Best, because y'all, remember when I was live, I ended my live, y'all, because Robert went live. And then the next day, yesterday, Robert went live again. I think he did 2 lives back to back. And y'all, Robert been saying some things. And if y'all haven't catch his videos, catch them. Because Robert don't speak out about a lot of things. And most of the time when he does, it's real calm and, kind of short and, sweet. But he did address some things and he gave his perspective on some things, okay? And he gave his point of view. And me, I'm the type of person where I feel like behavior comes with words. Behavior comes with words. And one thing that I know about an abuser or a bad person, normally, if they're an abuser, they're going to be abusive even online. I just got to be real with y'all. Even though I seen him doing a little bit of taunting or, having his moments, we just got to be honest. Just like even I think Kevin might even acknowledge this. He never talked about Brianna's private area, but Brianna definitely gave him the nickname for a shrimp and a Vienna sausage, right? You know, he never talked about certain things that Brianna did. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't the same consistent. It wasn't the same level. You get what I'm saying? So we, with that being made, I don't, I know that a lot of people are probably, I know it's a lot of supporters of Brianna who is they're tired of hearing so many people discuss her, and I recognize that and I acknowledge that. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody to be offended, but sometimes you just got to let out what you done just gathered. You get what I'm saying? So that's how that went. Well, y'all, let's get back into this breakdown real quick and let's see what we can make of it. And if anybody feels like grabbing that link, as a matter of fact, let me put it down in the chat one more time for y'all. One more time. And don't be shy, because truth be told, I'm real shy. So, we could be shy up here together, okay? Let me see, because we getting ready to start this. Let me make sure that, okay.
Videos. I already have the platform. I can help you build it. No, I don't want to do that.
Now remember, y'all, what did I do? Okay, y'all, remember when I stopped this live the last time, I was going into the discussion about the careers, okay? Because they stated how, Brianna was stating that she wanted to go into the nursing field, and how Robert thought that it was a good idea for her to do, social media and things in that sort. Shout out to you, King. What's up? Peace and blessings to you. Thank you for coming. I was a little late. I'm trying to get this schedule thing together. But I said earlier, me and you, we got the link. I'm going to hit you up as soon as I can, because we got some things to update and talk and catch up. Okay, bro? And so with that, y'all, I wanted to go back into this discussion, because even without the topic of specifically referencing towards Brianna and Robert, y'all, it's an interesting topic to talk about finances and the struggles with finances, right? And how things can deter with couples, with the questions about finance and things in that sort. And the interview is just getting in the nitty-gritty, is getting in the good juicy part. So we getting ready to break some of these things down. And yes, shout out to Kevin, y'all. If y'all missed his video, please, it's on my community board. He broke a lot of things down, and I actually kind of want to do a review on it, y'all, and we might go into it a little bit, because he had a lot of great pointers. And some of the great pointers definitely came in the first part that I didn't get to mention in a lot of the things that I discussed with previously. But that's okay, because we can always go back in circles. Shoot, a lot of people going back in circles in this saga, truth be told. But it's no judgment here, because I love them all anyway. I'll go back in circles with y'all. I'll watch it. That's for certain.
For her to deem him worthy, okay, of leading her. Now, this is what a wife should do. She gets with a capable man. Okay, so now he gives you advice. I don't want to hear that advice. I want to argue. That ain't peace. That's not peace. Baby, why don't you want to go to work and work for all them hours whenever we can make more money if you stay home with the children and we create these videos? I already have the platform. I can help you build it. No, I don't want to do that. I want to be in healthcare. I get it. You want to be in healthcare. You got your goals and your dreams. I get all of that. But you finally listened to him. And now you see that he was right. Look at your life now.
Now, see, this is the thing for me, okay? With all consideration, y'all, we have to look at the relationship. Robert's daughter was at the time, I think, living with her mom, and that's Robert's older child, right? Brianna is she's a upfront personal 24-hour mother, y'all. She has 3 children. So wherever she goes, they go. They're with her. So when Robert and Brianna are uniting as far as a marriage, I think a lot of things just have to be considered. Who's going to take the children to doctor's appointments? What if the children get sick in school and somebody has to come and pick them up? What if you have to be up all night with one of the babies because they have a fever? Or, what if something happens and, God forbid anything drastic happens? Luckily, thank goodness, right? But, just to have the opportunity as a mom to not have to call out from work or have to deal with how your boss would feel leaving work early, or having to schedule days off so that you can make appointments, these things right here, for me, they go into consideration because even though being in the nursing field is a great field, with the opportunity to be a at-home mom and still have a career, to me, that would be a grand opportunity if that was being provided, so that I can be more upfront and personal. Because, with nursing, you have unpredictable hours sometimes, and you're constantly on your feet. You're in the care for other people. You get what I'm saying? And even though that can be a great career and you can make decent money as far as nursing, let's just be honest. When it comes to the children, to me, it would just make more sense, and in all reality, they were being very nice about this topic, but Brianna was not a nurse. She didn't have degrees in nursing. It was a discussion on whether her degrees were fake or real. I won't go there. But what I will say is it was more so administrative work. It wasn't nursing work. So basically it was front desk. It was clerical. So it wasn't as if she was going to make as much as an RN or in some cases an LPN. You get what I'm saying? So it like it the career didn't compare. And so with her having this career that she has now, she's been able to spend more time with her children, be there when they were in need, if they were under the weather, so all of these things, I feel like that was a major plus for her. And to have a relationship where you have a partner who was capable to help you with that, because some of us have relationship with partners where we have to work and we split the bills, and I have to call out to go get the children, or things like that. It's so many things that we I feel like was taken for granted or not even considered. Because me personally, I definitely would have been like, hey, shoot, I ain't gotta clock in and answer to nobody. I can just do this right here, boom, and take care of my children. I'm forever grateful, okay? But I digress.
And you're still complaining.
But I mean, she could have had a great life as a nurse too. I mean, I have sisters.
What I want to say about that is, as well, a lot of people, they like to consider the what ifs, or they like to consider what it could have been, or this and that, and things like that. But here's what we have to understand. It even though it would have possibly been a great life, what Kevin was explaining is it wasn't this great of a life, because even as a nurse, that is a job. And if anybody's, everybody knows nurses, whether it's just because you're a patient, or whether it's because they're family members, or whatever the case may be. Nurses are working, y'all. Nurses work. That is a job. You are on your feet constantly, okay? So and not only that, but some people's lives are at risk and in your hands, and you're working next to the doctor to care for somebody else's life. You know what I'm saying? And even though that is a great passion for a lot of people, I get it. But let's think about it like this. She was able to be a 24-hour nurse for her own family for a whole lot more. You know, to me, that is the greatest thing, because I'm a mom first. I'm a wife first. You know, I'm family first. We have to prioritize our values. And when you think about it, your passion for caring for others didn't necessarily go in vain. It went to your family. Rich folks do it all the time. Yes, V. Yes. Yes.
That are nurses that make well over 6 figures plus.
They don't make
great.
what Brianna's making right now.
I get that, but I'm thinking Brianna knew what she wanted to be, and he talked her out of doing that.
Well, when you go become someone's wife, what do you think that is?
See, this is the thing, to say that he talked her out of something, and then to hold it as if, you know, because of that she had a failing life. No, it was a very successful life. It was the same, if not better. So are we holding on to something that is really nothing to hold on to at all? Because not only that, but Brianna is very young still. She's 32 now. She can still go back to the medical field if that's what she really wants to do. You know, she's not married anymore. They're divorced. You know, if that's your passion, go back. But let's just be honest. It's not as if, you know, he talked you out of something and you suffered in life financially because of it. You didn't. You had a decent life. You both did it together. You guys had a family platform, you know? So to me, you know, holding back to something that didn't negatively affect you is only looking for a reason to be mad when there's nothing to be mad at all.
If you say, okay, I see this man who's capable, but I like being a nurse. So say this man said, we need to move here. Well, I'm going to stay here and be a nurse. You have to understand, relationship is the most important thing that you're going to have. Your legacy is linked to that. When we become career oriented, we put careers over our family. That is not the way to be.
As a man, but as a woman, and see, this is where
no, the woman put the career over her family. She said, I want to be a nurse. This is what I want to do. She married a man and then told him what type of job she wanted to do.
See, this is where we disagree now.
Now, notice how she said for a man, but if the man is the provider, then sometimes, especially with this thought process, which I kind of disagree with, in a little bit of my perspective. What did Cancer say? Bree wasn't even close to becoming a nurse. She didn't the intelligence to work as an RN. She's not a smart girl, and no, yes, it said I didn't mean she doesn't have the intelligence. Sorry, typo. Oh, okay. Not saying that she doesn't have the intelligence. I mean, well, she you know, anything could be learned, but yes, she wasn't even close to becoming a nurse. None of those degrees that she placed out there on the internet had anything to do with nursing in particular. So it was I think, to me, mostly clerical, you know, administrative work. So yeah, no, I mean, I guess they call them all nurses because some of them, a lot of us see them wear the scrubs. So, you know, they have the idea that, you know, but it's different from working the front desk and actually, you know, placing catheters. You know what I'm saying? Two different things, okay? Checking a patient in and actually, you know, checking a patient's heartbeat. Two different things. Yeah, but when she states this, she's saying that for Robert it may be okay, but for Brianna it's not. So in other words, you feel like how a woman may feel about their career is solely more important than how a man should feel. But then you'll turn around and you'll say, well, the man is supposed to be the provider. So if the man is supposed to be the provider, wouldn't you think that in his case it would be more so fitting that he would have to be more into the perspective of denying himself for the sake of financial stability for the family, or denying his family, and that the women would have to stay with the children more and be more for the home. So, it would be a selfless act for her to kind of loosen up on her career a little bit. It's like a no-win situation for Robert, because you know you can't please. He's supposed to be a provider. He's supposed to do this, but then turn around and say he was supposed to let her have the demanding career that would have her away from her 3 children that was not his. That doesn't make sense. V. Bennett says, how well do nurses get paid versus the actual time they spend a week? Exactly. A lot of nurses spend a lot of time working in the medical field. At the end of the day, most Americans spent more time away from their kids because of the need to pay bills. Exactly. To pay bills, financial stability. She's not a single mom anymore. She's a wife now. So that pressure is not necessarily on her. And even if it was the case, she could have went back to a part-time. And it's so crazy to me because even in the beginning of their marriage, she went to go work at Best Buy. Okay, that wasn't in the medical field. Love Cat, thank you for coming through. Love Cat said there's a big difference placing exactly, check heart rates versus type of, exactly. And that's the thing, scheduling a is definitely different. Now, let's not get it twisted. All of these things are important, but the way that they're expressing it, or it has been expressed, is as if it was a stop in a major financial career, and it wasn't. It just wasn't, y'all. It just wasn't. She wasn't going to go that far with the degrees that she placed out there. She probably would have saw maybe close to what, 50,000-60,000 a year by herself. And that's not bad, but you have more than that now. So what are we doing here? Why is the argument about something that definitely did not fail you? The Bennett only issue is paying into your pension. And yes, but if you're making money from home, you can still pay. Yes. If you're making money from home, you're in control of your own retirement plan. You don't need a 401k. You can make your own. It's plenty of routes for making these accounts to save, and have them add interest and IRAs and things in that sort. It's so many of them. So it's not like she lost. But what did you do with the finances? That's the question. Love Cat, thank you for coming through, Queen. Yes. I don't understand how we can see it from one side and say that we're and say that we're not being biased. To me, that's kind of biased, because you're technically saying that it was okay for her to work this job that would have been more demanding of her time, 40 hours a week, sometimes overtime, and then take away from her 3 children. Thank you for coming back, Queen. And he's working in doing social media and entertainment and things like that, but now he has to stop what he's doing because he has to run and go get her children, or he has to take care of one of her sick child. And even though they're married, they became a unit, and that's great. And I don't think he would have minded it, but he also placed an opportunity for her to be able to do that for her children and still make money. while he was still out running and doing the things that he needed for the career as the provider of the house, as the man. And see, they'll say, well, with the last couple of years, she had to do this because he wasn't making that much. He had cancer. He had cancer. His whole stomach is gone. He was not able to contribute as much at the time. Okay? But you were placed in a situation where you could for your 3 children that was in that house. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be so passionate about that moment, but it's been something that's been irking me for so long. The man had cancer. Yo, he went to stage 2. He wasn't gonna make it. So yes, you would have to support the household for himself. It's not like he was out running the streets and having different girls go live and talk about how they be with your man behind your back and all this and that. You didn't have none of those problems with him. None of them. What Love Cat said, there's a big difference between a nurse and a receptionist. Yes, it is. Being able to place a catheter, check heart rates versus paperwork, taking an appointment, answering the phone are very different. Yes, it is, Queen. Yes, it is. It's very, very different. Okay, and truth be told, none of her degrees that she placed out here stated any of that. She didn't have an LPN or RN. She wasn't even a CMA, okay? V Bennett says, in relationships, for them to work, it's always about compromise. How folks do it is adjustable to what works for them. Exactly. It was something that was supposed to work for them. That's another good point, V, because a lot of people have this idea, and here we go back to that controlling, that idea that you have as a child where you got the white picket fence and the big house and the married family and how many children y'all gonna have. So now you're in this relationship and you want to determine how this relationship goes based upon your fantasy or your dream. And because it doesn't go that way, it's not right. It's wrong. No, that's not reality. Reality is everyone has a right to be an individual. And if the ones that accept you for who you are, embrace them and accept them for who they are and work on whatever the in-betweens are. Okay? It doesn't have to be the same white picket fence and the dream thing. Like, get over the delusion. Like, seriously. And Cancer says, yes, I feel the same way. When they say she held him down for the last 2 years of their marriage, that man had cancer and could have lost his life. No, but they don't believe it. You want to know why cancer? Because, she comes and say, well, he didn't really have cancer. You want to know why you want to say that? Because you were in Miami getting your butt done while he was in the hospital laying in the bed having surgery. Ooh, did I say too much? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just been working on me. You know, I'm not perfect. Everybody got their own journey and I got mine, okay? And I'm just telling you, like, it hasn't been fair at all. And the man did have cancer. So what type of person are we defending if we feel like it's okay for somebody to come out and say that statement and lie when she was the very one that came out and praised and thanked everybody for praying for her husband, for being there and in support, and might I add, sending financial money as well while he was going through cancer. Okay, and documenting all the videos where you was feeding helping him feed through a tube, and you're praising to God and speaking in tongue about how God saved your husband, and how you're so grateful for the supporters who prayed for him, all to turn around and say, oh, it was a lie. So you're a liar. Is that what you're telling me? You're a liar. You lied to us. And because you're mad at him, now you want to tell me the truth? I'm sorry. I feel some type of way. Something about that just don't make sense to me. So now I'm supposed to feel bad for you because you're saying that you were manipulated and mentally abused and all mistreated, and you mistreated me as a supporter because I believe what you said. So am I supposed to believe you from then, or do I believe you now? Which one? You tell me. Can somebody tell me? Because cancer is not a joke. And if you said that he lied, that means you lied too. Because you got up here in your tears and you spoke in your tongues, praising God in my face. You mean to tell me that was a lie? What did you do it for? Did you do it for clout? The same thing that you trying to say Robert did it for? For views? Did you do it for views? I mean, some of these things, people, if you're going to hold it for him, you got to hold it for her too. Okay? And that's just the real for me. That's just how I feel. Y'all, let's get back into this video because, see, I done got a little worked up. I got to calm back down.
We disagree.
Well, listen, if you trust a man, and you see this man is capable for you, if he's not the man for you, why would you marry him and then say, I don't want to leave my job? I don't actually truly want to trust you.
I don't think that has anything to do with trust. We're all like, what we contribute to this world, right, is a part of our being. If we're not contributing to the world in a way in which we feel that our higher power has called us to do as women, as mothers, as husbands.
See, this is the thing where I got to stop, sis, because if it's your higher calling to do it, then maybe you were the one that was wrong for marrying someone that interfered from it. So the blame is not his, the blame is yours. Okay? You can't shift the blame onto somebody else. You have to take accountability, because if it's your calling, if it's your purpose in life, you won't do anything to make you deter from it. And if you do anything to make you deter from it, you have to take accountability that it was your mistake and not theirs. Okay? I mean, I'm just saying, y'all, at some point, where is the accountability? V says, it seems like they're just trying to blame someone for something that's not their business. They still up in these people's business. Yes, they're still in it, V. It's still going. It hasn't stopped. It hasn't slowed down, not even for a second, okay? V said, Kevin and his family are very nice because, to be honest, I'd curse them out and slam the door in their face and tell them, get someone else to latch it to and live. Yes. I mean, it's crazy. It's like this family just cannot seem to have a moment or break or anything, because they find so many things to come at them for. Even in this video, they found so many things to say. Or the wives were too quiet, or he seems controlling and manipulative, or he's trying to take over the conversation. But they're not listening to the points that he's stating. And then, you know what I get so tired of? He needs to mind his own business. I can't stand that. I really can't stand that, because, y'all, I have siblings. And let me tell you, if this was my brother in this situation, things would have went a whole lot different for Brianna. And I'm going to just be real, okay? Things would have went a whole lot different. You don't tell nobody not to be there for their own family. Because it's plenty of y'all that tried to tell him to mind his own business that wouldn't have minded y'all own business for less with y'all family. And let's just be real. Let's just be honest, you know? Like, let's get it together. Let's stop doing this to people. They are family. And to say y'all don't know what happened in their marriage, how would you know more than them? How would you know them more than that? You know? It's insane to me, the hypocrisy, the gaslighting, the ignorance, everything that's been going on in this song. I mean, they definitely have not been fair at all, and majority of it is because, oh, Robert is a man. No, that's not fair. Because, see, I got sons, And my sons ain't about to do all this and that and just endure a whole bunch of bull crap because your child a girl. No, ma'am. No. V says, you know what? If he said, okay, baby, go work that job and it didn't work out, folks would have blamed him also. Exactly. Exactly. It would have never been a winning situation for him at all. You know, I let's play it, y'all. Let's see.
I'm saying as fathers, I mean, it's kind of like don't want to live. Like I believe 80% of the depression, when people are depressed or when they have things going on, that is directly linked to them not being or doing what it is that they want to do. And I think Brianna was inadvertently put into a position to make a choice. She wasn't ready for the amount of publicity that she got because look what happened. This is nobody's.
If you are not ready, sometimes we can go into things even if we're not ready, right? And you know, not necessarily, you know, we feel bad from it or be depressed. I get her perspective, but even in that, we cannot blame somebody else. We have to see it for ourselves and be like, you know what, it was left up to me ultimately if I should have done that or not. And I know with the next go round not to deny myself, because truthfully I was depressed. I was not doing what I wanted to do. So I know the next go round that this matter right here is a boundary and I won't allow anyone to cross it anymore. It's not something for you to hold a grudge towards somebody, but it is something to help you grow from within, to answer yourself first. You get what I'm saying? To give yourself that understanding and know that this is what you wanted to do. And if that is what you wanted to do, then you would know what it would take to do that, and that you would probably have to reconsider whether you have that kind of interest in furthering this relationship where you know that's not going to work out. You know, can we blame her and say, well, she should have known that then? No, I can't blame her and say she should have known that then. But what I can say is we can't blame him for knowing what he wanted, or having an idea of what he already saw could possibly be better. And his version of better may not be her version of better. But after learning that, she knows that now. She can't be mad at him because it is the experience that taught her that. So now she knows what to do now. So what do we do with it now? That's the question. You know?
His fault, but Robert's fault. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But Robert's fault.
It's Robert's fault. And I say this, okay. What do you do? What did you do for a living before you met your husband? I just want to ask you.
Well, I met him. I was in high school.
You was in high school.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Well, what did you do before you met your husband?
I was in the banking industry basically.
Okay. So you did, I'm sure is that something that was that ever your dream job to be a banker? Okay. What was your dream?
Honestly, to do what I do now.
Okay.
So I always wanted to teach in some shape, form, or fashion. But I didn't know what that was gonna look like. And I didn't have it figured out. So I was working in the meantime.
But you knew in your heart like what you were called to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Before your husband entered the picture.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's what I'm talking about. Brianna knew what she was called to do, which was nurse. Nurses are saying
now. See, I don't know if a lot of people got a lot of insight on Lacey and Kevin's relationship, but Lacey has spoken about this plenty of times on her platforms, and she lets everybody knows the wisdom that she has gained throughout her journey in life that made it to where she is now with her relationship with Kevin. She knew what she wanted. She knew in advance what her plan was and how things were going to go. And what she did not do was she did not get into a relationship with somebody who was going to go contrary to that plan. That is what the difference is between what Robert and Brianna has, right? So what we see now is Brianna did not think that through. Brianna did not know. That's the difference. Lacey understood what her life was going to be. She understood where her journey was going to go. When she came into relation with Kevin, she knew beforehand how it was going to be for her, the intent, the purpose. It didn't take away from her purpose. It didn't take away from his purpose, but they came together with their own purpose and made their purpose together. That's how a relationship works. That's how it's supposed to go. But when it came to Brianna and Robert, we have someone who has an idea on one hand, and we have someone who has an idea on another hand. But she feels as if she made the most sacrifice because her idea was the one that was not taken into consideration. Well, is it anybody's fault? Is it Robert's fault or is it yours at this point? Because you're supposed to make sure that you know your alignment, know yourself, bring that to the table. And if it doesn't work out, then maybe you're at the wrong table. It's not that anybody forced you to that table. It's that you're trying to force yourself to that table. And which brings me to another point. Motive. What was your motive? Was it truly because you didn't have your career, or is it because you had a motive? Okay. And Critical says that other girl didn't know where she was going. Exactly. Lacey knew where she was going. Jamie and Kevin knew each other since high school. They knew where they were going from that point too. You get what I'm saying? These people know where they was going. And not only that, but their relationship is healthy. They have a healthy relationship. Kansas 66 says Bree was never called to be a nurse. The only thing she was called to is chasing men and having babies. I'm telling you, that girl isn't smart at all. Listen to the way she speaks. Child. Now, I'm not going to say, anything, but Cancer, hey, it's not like your perspective is not seen, And what Critical said, Bree was like middle 20s. She when she was still figuring it out. Yeah, you were still trying to figure out your life with three children. And I understand people have children at a young age. I mean, so did JB and Kevin had children. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, their idea of what life was became successful and purposeful. You want to know why? Because it wasn't a question of what they had to do in life. They weren't still trying to figure it out. They were getting it together. They were in motion. Okay. V Bennett says you have to be reasonable to be happy. That is true too. Compromise. And if it's something that you cannot compromise, then do not go for that angle at all. Critical says all she knew is she was going to ATL to get a match. Period. She DM. She was in the DM. What Yo Gotti said, it goes down in the DM. It go down. It go down in the DM. It go down. It goes down. Hey, y'all better stay out of DMs, okay? V. Bennett said, folks are entitled to also make mistakes or even have relationships that didn't work out. Yes. And those are the best relationships that to learn from. So your next relationships won't have the same problems. But let's see who's having problems in their relationships now. Okay. Melanin related. Shout out to you, Queen. Thank you for coming through. I missed you so much, Queen. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to be back on my channel. I'm so happy for everyone that's been coming back to give me some love. Okay. And we about to be lit. We about to turn up on this channel. We got a lot of things in store. I'm definitely going to be hitting up on the scene a lot more than I have in a while. I just been trying to get a lot of things together with, my personal life with career and school and children and things like that. But I'm definitely in it to win it, y'all. We building, we growing, okay? I miss you so much, Melanin related. Shout out to the Queen, y'all. Cancer 66 says Bree has stated that her dream was to become a nurse, a model, join the Navy, acting. She doesn't know what she wants. Yes, everybody has dreams, but her dreams were all over the place. She had plenty of dreams. many dreams. But the very dream that she is not happy about is the one that has made her successful. To me, that's ungrateful. To me, that is deceit. All of these dreams that you wanted, and I remember, y'all, she did do a video, a live, where she was saying that she was getting ready to join the military, the Navy. And the thing is, she was having a situation with, she's a full-time mom. So you're going to join the Navy. You have to do 6 months worth of training away from your children. Who were they going to be with? Were they going to be with Robert? Did you really sincerely think that that was going to be a good idea? And I understand when you become married, you become one, but is that fair? So that takes away a lot of the time from his own career of taking care of the financial stability that he's placed to even give you an opportunity to even consider that. The financial stability that he's placed for you guys to even have a house over your head. Is that wise? I mean, most of the time when somebody is picking a career as far as going into the military, especially after having children, it's because they're still going through that financial struggle, But if you're placed in an environment or a situation or a relationship where you can have a decent life and not necessarily have to do that, why not? Because a career like that is something that you have to make a decision in where it doesn't place your children off on someone else. And that's exactly what it would have done. And that is not fair to the other party. You get what I'm saying? That's taken away from what they need. So who's making the bigger sacrifice? What Melanin said, I'm saddened to see so many Black, low vibrational, low functioning, low valued women. This saga exposed so much. Indeed it has. Yes, critical. Yes. And I believe some are living that way offline. It's just exposed here. Yes, most definitely. And y'all, I try every day or to the best of my ability to make sure that I'm checking myself first. Because one thing that I've learned from this saga is, nobody's greater than a moment of, mistakes. Nobody is. But in order to not, catch yourself in that low vibrational environment of the saga, not to let it catch hold to you, you have to always make sure that you catching yourself first. I'm checking myself first. I'm doing the best that I can, Melanie. I swear. And Melanie said, I just heard a drunkard call Kevin's son the R, and I ran out of that chat so fast it's demonic. Are you serious? Are you serious? What? Queen, what is going on? Yo. Are you serious? Talking about Kevin's son? Oh, I got to go take a look at this. I cannot believe that. And then Critical said every 3 to 6 months, yes, I do a self-check. I have to, because emotions do get high in this saga, and nobody is prone to have an emotional moment. Like, I've had a couple of emotional moments in this saga, y'all, and because I saw so many distressful things. Like this moment right here, like talking about Kevin's son, like, what is going on? Why? A baby. And y'all, he's just the cutest thing. If y'all have not seen where Prince Samik has been taking swimming lessons with his mom and dad, y'all, oh my goodness. And he's kicking them legs. And one thing about Prince Samik, he is not gonna let a moment go where he doesn't let you know, okay? Samik gonna tell you, Don't hold me back in this water like this. Or you need to pull me up, okay? I remember Lacey was trying to roll him on his back in the bed, and Sabit was like, I'm telling you, I want to lay on my stomach. Samik is gonna let you know, okay? And remember, Samik was in the car giving a sermon, y'all, letting us know what was on his mind. And then just recently, y'all, he was cooking in the kitchen with Kevin. Oh my goodness, y'all. Go check Prince Amik out, okay? He is just the cutest thing. And for anybody to be hating on this newborn baby, those are some demonic spirits. They are evil. And one thing about toxicity, they do not last. They will not live long. They cannot carry on, okay? It won't happen. Let me tell you. Melanin, you must do mental check in the mirror daily. Yes. I have to make sure that I'm still me and make sure that I don't get away from me. And I don't allow no one and nothing in this world get me away from being grounded within myself. I can't lose myself, okay? I can't do it. Joanne, thank you for coming through, Queen. Melon related. It made me cry. I'm so sick of this evil behavior. Y'all got to fill me in. What is y'all talking about? Who channel? I got to catch up. I definitely got to catch up. V says, one thing about me is I don't have time to argue over and over again about the same thing. Facts, bro. Facts. Over and over and over again. And see, this one thing that I have to tell people all the time. You know you toxic when you don't realize that you done affected somebody if they never told you something in an argumentative way. They might have told you something that they disagree with, but it was so calm that you didn't feel like it was problematic. See, you got to do some adjusting within yourself and some healing, because then you'll be like, well, you ain't never said nothing. No, I ain't never argued with you. I ain't never go back and forth with you, but I stated it to you, love. I gave you the wisdom. I gave you the information. Now, because I didn't go back and forth with you, you feel like it was never stated. No, that's a problem on your end. You didn't catch it. That's toxic behavior. Because you feel like in order for me to make a statement or make a standard, I got to be making it in an argumentative manner for you to acknowledge it to be what it is. No. That's what going back and forth is. I'm not going back and forth. That's why I didn't do it in a going back and forth manner. You missed it. You didn't catch it, but that's because you got your own healing to do so that you can change your hearing aids, so you can change your perspective on things. It's your life that has to be delivered from something. It's your life that has to be healed from something, because I don't have to argue with something to get my point across. And if you feel like you didn't hear it because I didn't give it in a way for you to acknowledge it as a problem, is because you only see things one specific way, and that's not a healthy way. Effective communication does not mean we got to have an argumentative conversation in order for you to have a point, for me to have a point. Okay. Melanie Related said, so yes, we have to take care of our mental health is serious. It's real and critical. After these almost 2 years, nothing surprises me anymore. What people say and what people cheer on. You are right. You are absolutely right. At this point, it's kind of like so many people that showed you who they were, who they are. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you just got to start believing them, right? They done showed you who they are. Believe them. V says, I'm not going to argue at night and work it in the day. Exactly. That's draining. That is draining, V. You mean to tell me I got to argue and go back and forth with you at night and then still go in the daytime and work? I'm tired. When I'm going to be able to have enjoy some peace and some fun? Oh, no, Joanne. Are you serious? Joanne, really? Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm gonna catch the replay. I got to see it before I give an opinion or before, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm taking you guys' perspective. I'm taking you guys' statements. You get what I'm saying? But with grace and wisdom, before I even further acknowledge it, I got to see what's going on for myself. I really do. Oh my goodness. And that's only because, being a voice or having the floor or a channel, you always want to move in some type of form of correction, because you don't want to make any mistakes like that, because that's something serious. I'm definitely, thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Melanin, for letting me know. Brantley's Lifestyle. Thank you for coming through, Queen. Shout out to you for coming through. Y'all. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that. Oh my goodness. What Critical said? Critical said, I can. Oh, that's so devastating, y'all. Because it's kind of like, at what point do we get to a point where we start to improve better? People go through so many traumatic situations. It seems as if they're not taking the time to see where they can grow and become better from it. They only dive right in to become worse and go lower and lower and lower and lower, right into the pit of hell. But y'all, let me get back into this video real quick. Let me check my nose real quick, because all of these emotions, I'm just...
I heard. You know what I'm saying? And for him, and this is where, and I'm not going to call him a narcissist. I'm just saying it's narcissistic traits when you don't take responsibility to see how you've contributed to the breakdown of your marriage. Because your wife was trying to go one way, and that could have worked with you still doing what you're doing and her being a nurse. Then guess what? Your entire bag would have been protected, because now you got two people that are in the limelight, one that doesn't have experience dealing with social media and all the backlash, and then all the praises, and then she's reading comments of how great her husband is, and she's reading comments of how much he's disrespecting you, and she's taking this all in at the guidance of her husband. Like, she wouldn't have been in this had it would have not been for him. So that's why I'm asking him, as a husband, what are you going to do to fix this?
So let's do this. If you go, I don't know how long you've been following her, what all you've seen.
I just had to go back and do my homework on probably like a year, maybe 2.
Okay, well, there's videos where they've just gotten married. I think it was right at 6 years ago. She was working at Best Buy. She wasn't even in nursing. She went to school for nursing, and where she was living, she was a nurse. So she left that to move to be closer to Robert. Okay, because he married her, of course. She went and worked at Best Buy, and the nursing thing seemed like a means to an end, not a dream. You see what I'm saying? So whenever he mentioned to her, it'd be better for the family if you don't put in all those hours, and she wasn't working at the time. He was saying that it'd be better that you don't go back to work. Okay, so I can help you create this whole thing where you don't have to go back to work. She wasn't completely against that in terms of like, that's not my dream. Okay, so it was what she was used to. So this is what I do. I do nursing. I went to school for this. I don't want to be done wasted my time. He's trying to show her there's another way. Now, you may say, well, everyone has their hopes and dreams, and I believe that 100%. If that was her thing where she says, okay, I want to be a nurse.
Okay, I want to answer these questions, so I'm gonna stop it real quick. Critical says, as long as there's a cheer section, it won't change. Most definitely, when people are doing making toxic statements, y'all, things that they know would hurt them, but they would do it to others, y'all. It's so cruel. It's so messed up. And see, the thing about it is, they feel as if that's proving a point. Whatever the point is, you feel like it's proving whether you're right, or if it's proving whether you're tough. It doesn't prove anything except for you can be low vibrational. You can speak from a place of extreme hurt. It's not okay. It takes a lot of discipline to know that even in a moment of hurt, I can still speak with character. I can still speak in wisdom. And it's a lot of people be like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Cool. That's fine. But why is it that I'm not doing anything to prove anything to no one, nor am I doing it to prove it to myself? I know who I am. I know where I stand, and I'm okay with that. And I don't have to go back and forth or reach down low into the pits of hell to make myself feel better in a moment of time by speaking and doing things that are just so just distasteful. And I know I wouldn't feel comfort with that happening to me. So I don't care how much you don't like me. I don't care how much I disagree with you. I just wouldn't do certain things because it's just not me. It's not because of you, it's because of me. You get what I'm saying? V says, how old were they when they got linked up as a couple? Brianna, well, it was 6 years, y'all. Y'all help me with the math, okay? But Brianna was already a mother of 3, so I'm assuming 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I think she was what, 24? And Roberts had to be what, maybe 30. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. He was a little bit older, but she was 24, right? Thank you, Cancer. She was 24. It's embarrassing as a culture, though. Yes, most definitely. It's embarrassing as a culture. It's really, it shows that a lot of us have been damaged and injured so much to where, you know, we can't see the fairness in having our own discipline. We can't see the healing and not reaching down so low. We can't, we don't even look for our own growth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot to grow from. But a lot of people, they won't even take the time to grow from that, or to see the difference in themselves, or to look for something different. Okay, so the truth was 34. Okay, so they were about 10 years apart. She was 24, he was 34. And V says, sorry to say this, but being a mother of 3, most men not going to want to take on that responsibility. Maybe some will, but I have not met any at all. Exactly. A lot of people don't, a lot of men probably wouldn't have even considered. You get what I'm saying? Not to say that it's necessarily a bad thing, but they would have to understand, they would have to have a second thought about, the commitment that they would have to make. You get what I'm saying? And the fact that he thought he committed to her. Not only did he commit in a relationship, but he married her. That speaks volumes of his character, that a lot of people are just trying to tarnish. But it's a lot of men out here who would have said that is a lot to take in. That's a lot to, to gather up and to see if it's even worth, seeing if it's worth doing that, I know me personally, a man was trying to date me, and we went on a date. Our first date, he told me how many kids he had, and that was the last date we had. And it's not because of the children. It's because it seemed like a lot for me to commit to a relationship. You get what I'm saying? It's something that I couldn't relate to. It was something that I saw that, might have been too challenging for me at the time, because I didn't have that type of experience or understanding. You get what I'm saying? And not only that, with having children now of my own, it's expensive. So with Brianna walking into a relationship with 3 children at 24, you mean to tell me she didn't gather up the idea of how expensive it was, especially as a single mother? You know what I'm saying? She didn't take that into consideration before, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it was so easy for her to jump into a marriage at 3 months. Let's just be honest, okay? Okay? V said most men are going to discount her as even a possibility. Yes, it's the truth. Most men would, even men with 3 children themselves, because a lot of men, their children are with their mothers. So even if you have a man who's separated from their mother's children, their children's mother, because they don't have the children necessarily in the household. Sometimes they do see it as something that they would have to have an obligation towards, and they would vision it as them being more obligated to your children than their own. So a lot of men wouldn't do it, even if they did have 3 children themselves. um Critical says, I agree, especially what he was trying to do. Yes, he was trying to move in his career. He was trying to get somewhere, and even though he was at a very decent financial state, he was trying to get somewhere further. But even in that moment, he committed to you with 3 children, married you within 3 months, and he still wanted to push for that career, for that purpose, that goal. I think that was very commendable, because a lot of men don't do it that way. They don't see it that way, with great reason. But in this reason, he took a chance on it. If you ask me, from my perspective, he took a chance. V said, I'm just being honest. I agree. I most definitely agree. And V said, if your kids are past a certain age and are independent, then that's one thing. But raising them, that's a lot. Yes. Most parents, both men and women, when they have children, a few children, 2 children, 3 children, 4 children, most of the times when they make another serious committed relationship, a lot of the times it's after their children have reached, either almost finished with high school or out of high school. She had babies when she came into Robert's life. They were young, they were little. And Critical says, V, and it was long distance starting off. Yes, because it was in the DM. And your whole intent in the beginning was not even to date him, right? Or so we think, right? Because it was to, promote this video that you were in, a music video. You get what I'm saying? And then it ended up into a relationship. And things happen like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But we still have to be mindful and understand, in great consideration, and then to say, well, he took advantage because he knew these things. No, she knew these things as well. So if he took advantage, then they both did. Okay. Cancer says LaTruth was a family man. Most definitely he was, you know. And they had great videos. They had a great platform showing a lot of family things. It was beautiful. Um and V Bennett says, yeah, if he married you with 3 kids, it may be wise to trust him because he must care for you. He definitely had to care, and he even cared for those children. And it's not as if he was doing anything for financial gain. It's plenty of men out here who don't have no job, no income, no house to bring you to or nothing. They'll move in right with you, and they in your section 8 eating all your kids snacks that you done bought with your EBT card. But Robert didn't do that. That was not this in this scenario. you know Melanin says, what bothers me are the kids. I worry about them too. you know a lot of this, going through a divorce and separation, all the ins and outs, and this relationship in particular, I do kind of have a concern about, how the children may be doing, how they may be feeling about things, how are they perceiving things. This affects the children. It's traumatizing to the children. Let me see. They ran into his arms, calling him daddy right away. They did in that video. And I think it might have took him for a loop because you could see it in his face. They was like, daddy. And he was like, oh. But he didn't turn them away. But at the same time, it was like, what? They calling him daddy, but they have a dad. They have a father. Or so we are led to believe. Um, Tip, yes. Thank you, Queen. And V says yes, because if you bring kids into a relationship and the relationship doesn't work out, you took them through that. You took them through that. Not only are you going through it, but they're going through it. They're a part of this environment. They're experiencing things in their perspective as well. They're seeing these things that's taking place and going on from their own points of views within it. It's very traumatizing. And the childhood mental development, their mind is developing at the same time while this is happening. This is very detrimental. You know, uh especially after this last one. Yes. And Cancer says, I also worry about those beautiful children because Bree doesn't seem like a loving person. She can seem very cold, with a lot of things, but me personally, I feel like it's a wall. It's a wall. She seems very, very sensitive inside, and just doesn't, and because of trauma, doesn't necessarily know how to place it, So she builds this wall of toughness to try to block herself or secure herself. And it really only affects her and the ones that love her, that are around her, a lot worse than she probably intends to, or maybe she intends to, who knows, but it's definitely not working. Joanne, peace, Tiff, you changed the name again. Yeah, she changed her name, right? Tiff with her names. Melanie, I pray they would allow them to be socially active, cheerleading, gymnastics, football, dance, something. All of her content is male-based. Men, hair, clothes, surface, mess. Love on these kids, please. Let me say this, because I agree with you. And not only that, but I also feel like if that's what your content, if you want your content to be a specific way, then we know that certain content shouldn't take place. If you were to have a platform that was strictly male based and, you know, we lit and outside and all this and that, then I wouldn't necessarily try to involve my children. But the fact that she has involved her children, I think she should take in consideration the other types of content activity that she does place on her channel because of the involving of her children too. It's plenty of people who have platforms or careers or lifestyles that they do for financial stability that aren't necessarily family related, but they separate it, and I don't think she necessarily does that. And that's where the problem comes in. Tiff, the book of Tiff. Yes, Joanne says, yes, ma'am. Change is good. Yes, yes, yes. And Joanne says, Cancer 66, she's too consumed with the men in her life right now. She's very consumed with a lot of toxicity. And it is very hurtful, especially to the children. Time waits for nobody, and time is on nobody's side, especially when it comes to not necessarily realizing that the time wasn't well invested. It's with the children that it has to be invested in. It's with actually healing within yourself. you know and I don't think that necessarily, she states that that's what she was doing, but I don't know if it's been enough time placed into that particular. It's been a lot of looking into the negatives or seeing things negatively. um Melanin said, but as a mother of four, you got to influence young mothers, most definitely. And that's the thing. And that's the thing with certain people on that support her, as being mothers and having obstacles and experience. And I don't feel like they give her the wisdom of their mistakes or things in that sort. But then they'll because it's been said before, that say she won't listen. Well, if she's not listening, that means that everything you're trying to defend is false. She's not listening for a reason, because she's wrong, because she doesn't care, because she's not right. It's just that simple. And the only thing that you're doing is you're enabling somebody's bad behavior. Because if you cannot be honest, and if you cannot tell somebody how you feel, or if you cannot tell somebody that they're going about things wrong, or it's leading them to a dead end, then and they don't respect you, or they don't listen or try to take heed, then they're abusive to you as well. They're abusing you, you know? I understand your point, Queen, but she introduced the kids to her supporters already. Remember, she had Isaiah on the news. Most definitely. And that is the most definite reason as to why she has to reconsider a lot of things that she placed on her platform. You're right. Especially with the male base, it's kind of too late for that. It's kind of like, it has to be family based. It has to be with the children. It has to be something that doesn't give a bad look on the family perspective or the family platform. So being male based is definitely a hindrance to her platform. You're right. And Critical says that girl spent money on that body, and the return of getting it has not been in her favor. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. It hasn't at all, y'all. It really hasn't. Y'all, we just letting it all out tonight. Normally, I try to hold back on some of my opinions about the soccer because I don't want nobody to attack me, but I don't want to offend anybody because a lot of people have their own perspective. But, at some point, we have to be fair to ourselves, right? So, that's all. Let's see what we can make of this real quick, too.
Then I wouldn't say it's his fault that she quit. I would say it's hers. Since we're going to do that, she could just simply say, no, I'm not quitting. It's that simple. No, not because he didn't put a gun to her head. He asked her to quit because he had a better idea. That's what a loving husband would try to do. He's not trying to kill her dreams. He said, I got something even better for our family. We can both be home with our children full time and make more money than you ever thought. And they did that.
At the expense of their family.
At the expense of her. So watch this. This 6-year-old video, she was online mad then because people was commenting saying that she was using him. I work at Best Buy. I don't need him. If he left me, I'll be fine without him. One person commented and she's on a video talking junk about him. This is how easily she is to be fueled.
Red flag that
hang on, now watch this. Even on this video, her own fans are saying, calm down, Brianna. It's not that serious. Calm down. She's like, no, I'm gonna do this. So her own fans are trying to calm her down off of one woman commenting something that she didn't like. It turned into a whole charade about him. This woman she's an emotional terrorist. She needs anger management. When she is mad, she does not know how to control it. This is what he was dealing with. A lot of the things that she was upset about, I actually agreed with her about. When they would call me about certain things, most of the time I was agreeing with her on the issue. So I would 100% understand that there were things he could have done better as a husband in understanding his wife. Mm-hmm. The way she handled being upset, it ain't nothing a man want to be around. People will get upset. People will have their feelings hurt. They'll be let down. If they came home and say they brought me food and I didn't like the food, if I got up and hit them, would you say that's not right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's.
See, and shout out to Brother Kevin, y'all. He's absolutely right. How you respond to things definitely is your character. You get what I'm saying? And it's not healthy. It's not okay. So you want to pick a fight because you disagree? You get what I'm saying? That shout out to Kevin. And if y'all have not purchased his book, The Emotional Terrorizer, I'm telling you, it's important. Get it. We can either learn something from us about ourselves within that book, or we can learn something about someone else in that book. Either way, you're gonna learn something from that book, okay? V said, you can only take responsibility for your own actions. Exactly. And not blame other people. And that's the problem. Everything is somebody else's fault and not their own. That doesn't make sense. And we live in a world nowadays where men are held more accountable for women, and women are not being enough accountable for themselves. And that's the problem. We have to be accountable for ourselves. At some point, like, come on, it's kind of like a beg or a plea here. Like, please take accountability for yourself in some instance. Please share the accountability.
All right, but if I just didn't like the food, that's okay, right?
Right.
Okay, so having an issue is not the problem. It's how they're handling it.
Right.
So she's to social media to say he beat on me over an argument. He did not beat on her. She said he had a gun. He did not have a gun. She said he was following her. He was not following her. This woman is a liar. And now here you are. You're right here. You're like, okay, what is she going through? No. What is he going? He's sitting here right now. Hang on. He's sitting right now. She's on the phone with the police. Now, as a black man, you already know what that's right. Like, right?
I know.
So we could die, but she don't care. She gonna call and say he hit me and he got a gun. He could lose his life. He got 2 daughters, biological daughters, that could be taken. That could be taken from him in an instant. He could go to jail. He could lose his freedom. He could lose his reputation. She doesn't care. It's only the heat of the moment, and I'm mad. So this ain't the first time she's done it. Years ago,
Did y'all see that? It said, Joanne says, I wonder what made her drop this interview now when it was taped a year ago, right after Robert's interview. Most definitely. I wondered too, like she put out the like a short clip or whatever, but she kept the entire interview, I think, private. But then she just released it. I don't know, maybe on her platform she does that, like after a while or so, you know, she releases things, or maybe because, you know, the topic is still kind of, you know, in demand somewhat, she released it. I'm not really certain, you know. It's a good question though. It's definitely a question to wonder, you know. Hopefully she comes out with an explanation, you know. Who knows? But Kevin is speaking some truth, y'all. Like, Kevin is really speaking some truth. I think that a lot of people are just refusing to hear what he says because of, you know, their emotions and everything like that. But Kevin speaks a lot of logic. He speaks a lot of truth. He brings a lot of reason, you know. And in this situation, we have to understand that it's not necessarily the act that makes you a bad person. It is how you respond after the act. So because you guys are having disagreements, because you guys are having moments within your relationship, it's okay for you to come out in the public and respond and behave in a certain light, and that can be, you know, extremely damaging to the other person. You know, what fairness is that? She's watching. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Well, you know, I mean, I respect everyone. It's no problem to anybody. Okay, y'all hit them hearts. Hit them hearts. Hit them hearts. Okay. Look, I don't want no beef. I don't want no smoke with nobody. Okay. I just want to give my perspective. I don't feel like anybody is especially within this topic right here with Kevin and Tasha, you know, they had 2 different perspectives. And I think as adults, it's okay to have 2 different perspectives. So I'm not shooting against anybody in this interview. Okay. I just wanted to give my perspective on the discussion, right? So y'all, please don't be mad at your girl. Hit the like button and, you know, subscribe and come through every now and again if you want to. If you want to talk about it, we could talk about it. But it's no beef, I promise. V says they ain't gonna listen to Kevin regardless because he got 2 wives. Unfortunately so. And that's the sad part, you know. So people resent that. They're looking for a way to attack abuse to that choice, it seems, instead of just say it's people's it's people. Yeah, exactly. It's people's own choice. You know, they find any reason to deter from the point, to deflect, you know. And that's one of the deflections. He got 2 wives, you know. I wouldn't marry, I wouldn't do this, I would. And it's okay if you don't, and you have every right to be in your own choice. just like he does, just like his wives do. It's not fair to hold that against them as if they're doing anything to cause harm to anyone, and they're not. They don't come up here and boast in their relationship and kissing on each other and just being irate and disrespectful. They come out very mannered, very well, together, very clothed, very intellectual, respectable, honorable people. At what point do we look at that and understand that what they may be saying may have more to it than just to throw it away because we disagree with their in-home relationship. And I think that their relationship is beautiful. I think that their relationship is healthy. And to me, what's important is a healthy relationship. And if you got a healthy relationship, it's perfect. It has no judgment on it from me. And even if anybody has different belief systems and everything like that, just because they have a different belief system, it doesn't mean that we can't give them the credit in them being very respectable and honorable people. Melanin related, I just purchased the book The Amazon Queen. Thank you. I actually forgot. Shout out to you, Melanin. Shout out. Let me find out I'm making a sale. Okay. Shout out, Queen. He actually has quite a couple of books on Amazon. I got 3 of them, and it is really good. I support Kevin Wesley. I think I've been very vocal about that before the saga even came about. I've been the supporter of Kevin Wesley, and I've always liked the information that he talks about on his channel and stuff. It helped me through a lot of dark places. And you even hear some content creators acknowledge how it helped them through dark places. How he helped them through dark places. You get what I'm saying? So his efforts, his work is not in vain at all. You guys, go listen to some of his past videos. I'm telling you, it's very enlightening. His books are definitely worth it. V Bennett has a book too, y'all. Yes, V Bennett has a book too, y'all, on Amazon. Please, y'all, let's support each other, okay? Let's support. And V Bennett, actually, his book is actually good too. Shout out to you, bro. Let me see. Cancer 66 says Kevin has a lot of wisdom, although his poly life isn't my thing. I have a lot of respect for him. And you could tell he loves his wives and they love him exactly. The love is real. It's so genuine, and even in the children, like the love is so good in their family. You know, and he's not doing this in a messy manner where they're having so many problems and so many of this going on and that going on. They're living a healthy lifestyle. Like, to me, it's beautiful. And then Melanin says, V, that's so true. I was guilty, but sound advice is just that. And it ain't my Melanin Queen. Snap, snap, snap. I'm telling you, a lot of us was guilty to a lot of judgment. You know what I'm saying? But life teaches us so many things to where we do change our mind. We do change our perspective. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually, we can see things for what they actually are once we get past that, placing ourselves in that box. You know what I'm saying? And is it T96? Shout out to you. Thank you for coming through, Queen. Said a lot of people in poly relationships, they just don't know it. Exactly. And Kevin even spoke about this on his platform, uh having men having different relationships or baby mamas and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's a poly dynamic, but they say that they're not, but it's actually denial. Because if you're dealing with a man and you know that they're dealing with other women, then there you have it. Cancer 66, I need to get his book, An Emotional Terrorist. Yes, and he's also done plenty of discussions breaking down perspective from the Emotional Terrorizer book. A couple of it was pertaining to the saga, but he definitely has great points. Yes, like y'all check out the videos, his discussions, and not just look at it from Robert and Brianna, but look at it as an example that that's being set from his book, because it really is a good book, y'all. And then yes, Melanie. Yes, V Bennett has a book as well, you guys, and I'll repost the book so you guys can go support Brother V. And he has a great book. He has a great channel. Okay, all of my channels. If y'all want to drop y'all links in the chat, go for it. Okay. You asking for the title? V, give him your title, V. Give him your title. I got to go on my bookshelf. If you want me to, I'll go get it. I'll definitely give the title. But V Bennett has a book, you guys. Thank you, V. Thank you, V. V has been an awesome friend and an awesome supporter, especially in ever since I came to his channel. Him and his supporters, they welcome me with open arms. Shout out to V Bennett's channel. I love it's like a family. I love being over there. He has a lot of great topics, y'all. He speaks about a lot of important topics, especially dealing with the times. And everybody, please go give it a look. Go give it a look, because it's discussions that need to be had. And unfortunately, with a lot of things that's going on in the world, a lot of these discussions, they go unheard or unnoticed and kind of slept on, but it's really important. So, everybody, please go check out his videos. Get into the discussion, y'all. It don't matter when you jump into his chat, whether it's as soon as he starts or close to the end or even in the middle. You're always welcome there. You get what I'm saying? And his channel is, even if you have disagreeing pointers, nobody is bashing you because of it, but they always want to hear different perspectives. His channel is about growing intellectually. It's a great channel. Everybody, please go subscribe to my bro. Go subscribe to him today, okay? Kansas 66, you're absolutely, Angie. There's a lot of women who are in poly relationships and they don't even know it. Exactly. Denial is the worst thing, y'all. You have to be acceptance of yourself and where you stand in reality. And that is how you can determine which way you can go to grow or to change or have better and actually make progress into the point of where you want to be in life. But as long as you're in denial about what that man doing, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna continue to live a life of delusion. V Bennett said the book is called. Let me scroll up. I'm sorry. The book is called Afro Dane, A Successful Story. It's about the black population in Denmark, where he moved to as an adult, y'all. It's a good book. He's giving you an idea of what he's experiencing. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, go check it out. Human rights book. Exactly. And he speaks on these topics, y'all. He's an intellectual. Him and a lot of the people that support him, shout out to a lot of the brothers and sisters. They are very intellectual people. They have very great insight. Okay. If you need a break from the saga, definitely go look at my brother's channel. He is amazing. Okay. How do I find you on YouTube? And even that, I'll drop his link on my wall when I come off live, so everybody will be able to see his link too, y'all. So if you can't catch it in the chat, I'll drop it on my community board. So just look for it, okay? Critical said it's been beautiful here. Everyone have a peaceful night. Love to you, Queen. Thank you for coming through. As a matter of fact, I know y'all, we'll never finish a lot of my discussions, y'all, but I don't want to try to stay on too long. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely, here's one thing that I am going to say, y'all. I'm trying to see something. So I'm not going to put a time on my next live. but I'm definitely coming back live. And I think I want to add a little bit more into this discussion, along with doing part of the discussion with Kevin brung up. And I think I got a couple of videos that I want to bring up with Robert having his discussion as well. And we definitely gonna get into it, okay? And I appreciate all of y'all for coming through. And V says, hey Angie, tell them how I met Kevin. Oh my goodness, V. Oh my goodness. Yes. Y'all. Shout out. And I think Kevin even came to V's channel. You know what I'm saying? Especially what was going on, because we had content creators that were, talking about Kevin and all of the accusations, and then they were trying to include Robert's situation with his divorce and everything. Oh my goodness, it was a whole thing. And when I came on V's channel and I hit the link to come on his platform, he asked me, we wasn't even talking about the situation, right? He asked me, he said, do you what's your channel? And I'm like, oh goodness, I don't think I should even tell you. Because I was talking about a topic that he wasn't too far away from. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't know if he was trying to move past it or not. And when I told him, he was like, oh my goodness. So V, you know what we should do? We should have a discussion where you come up and we just go in about this conversation. Because let me tell you, it was a time to have had, okay? Cancer, shout out to you, Queen. Thank you so much. Later to you, Queen Joanne. Thank you for coming through. I'm going to see you next time, too. Thank you for coming through. For everyone, thank you. Cancer said, I like it here. I really enjoyed this live. Shout out to you, Queen. Shout out to you. And we definitely going to be in the building doing more. We definitely going to be doing more. Melanin, you on a roll, Queen. I'll be here. Yes, it'll be here Monday. Shout out to you, Queen. And V says, yeah, I'm off for the next 2 days. So once I'm free from work tonight, I got 2 days. You know what? We're going to make it good, V. We're going to make it good. We're going to link up and we're going to actually do a discussion. We got to do some reminiscing. And I think I might even try to get some videos ready for us, just in case we want to go take a look back down memory lane. Melanin, peace to you, Queen. Vibrate high. Melanin has supported 2 people, 2 of our brothers tonight. She has purchased 2 books. Shout out for Kevin Wesley on American Terrorizer, on Emotional Terrorizer. Shout out to V Bennett for his book about being in Denmark. Let me tell you. Shout out to you, Queen. Thank you so much for your support for these brothers. I appreciate you, love. Cancer, we definitely gonna be doing this some more. Joanne, thank you for coming through. I appreciate y'all. We definitely gonna catch up again later, okay, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and make this come to an end because we ending so well. And we definitely about to hit up real soon with some more content, and we gonna get litty. And every time we gonna get more litty, because that's the term that we using. You know what I'm saying? Because we lit, all right? Yes. Much love to everybody. We keeping our family strong over here. I definitely will be more present, giving more content, giving more perspective. I appreciate every last one of y'all for coming through. And your girl gonna be back real soon. I promise. I'm keeping my word. Shout out to you, King. Thank you so much for sharing the live, bro. Humble me high. Thank you for coming through. Hit the replay, Queen. I promise you in for a treat, and we only gonna improve from here, Queen. Shout out to y'all for coming through. Much love and respect to all of y'all. I think yes, we definitely, you know what, V, we might even have a discussion with your book too, just to see, get some parts of the book that we can discuss, and see how everybody, how everybody feel about the book. If it was good, we can definitely go into talk to it. T96, it's your first time here. Please come back. We got more. We building a family over here, and you definitely a part of the family over here. and we definitely gonna be growing and growing and growing. You can share your perspective. If you disagree with Angie, you could tell Angie, hey, I disagree with you. And guess what I'm gonna say? Let's talk about it. And I understand, and I can respect different perspectives over here because it's all love over here. And what you tell me, I take it with love. I promise you. And this is how we grow. V. Bennett said, indeed, blessing everybody in the chat. Peace and blessings to all of y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through. And T Nice, don't let this be our last time seeing you, family. We love you. I love you. Thank y'all for coming through. See y'all next time, okay? And I got some things in store for y'all. So we gonna turn up, okay? Peace and blessings, everybody.